FreshandFit Money Clips. Get ready for a financial journey with Myron Fresh and special guest Luke Belmore. Tune into the FreshandFit Podcast Money Monday show, where they dive into Luke's current status, the banking system, and a fascinating world of cryptocurrency. Remember to hit the like button and subscribe to Myron Fresh and special guest Luke Belmore. Brought to you by Moneyclips. Catch the YouTube short pod for quick insights and a full-length podcast on Rumble and YouTube. Stay informed with the FreshandFit Podcast.
We are here with Luke Belmore. You guys have been asking for him for a while, and he is here. He's been traveling the world. He was able to make some time to come on here on the show here in Miami, Florida.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Luke.
How's it going, brother?
It's been some time coming, man.
It's been a while.
Highly requested. Friend of ours on the show.
How are you?
Welcome, brother.
Thank you, brother. Thanks for having me. Just got off the plane a couple hours ago, but this is the place to be, so
look,
glad to be here.
We know who you are, bro, but they may not. Tell them who Luke Belmore is.
Luke Belmore, digital entrepreneur. Started my career 2016, 2017. Got into e-commerce. Bought my first Bitcoin at $588.
Damn.
So today is a phenomenal day. So for everybody that survived the fucking bear market, congratulations to everybody out there. Yeah, built a phenomenal business online. Now founder and president of Capital Club, which is one of the largest, fastest growing entrepreneurial networks in the world, and just making some content online.
So we met a couple months ago at the Tate House.
That's
correct. We didn't really know who you were.
Like a year ago, plus.
Well, a couple months ago. I can't remember.
It was October of 2022.
And you were raving about Bitcoin.
2023, sorry.
And how much it's going to change the world. What's your take on Bitcoin right now? It's up really high right now.
Yeah, I think when we were initially talking about Bitcoin, it was in the middle of the bear market.
Yeah.
We were just going through the whole FTX fiasco. We had a ton of situations take place with big scammers in crypto. And people tend to lose hope in the bear market. 95% of people end up leaving. But everything has a cycle. Everything has a boom and a bust. And if you're able to outlive the bear market, now you're able to celebrate the victories of all-time highs. So Bitcoin is interesting. Bitcoin is no longer what it used to be, which was seen as some sort of internet scam money or something that would just be used in the black market.
You said you bought your first BTC for $588. When did you do that?
2016.
Okay.
Yeah, 2016. Bought my first Bitcoin. It was pretty good. At the time, I was working a regular job, so it wasn't to my own credit, you know.
How many did you buy?
It was about 3 Bitcoin. I was still a brokey back then. Before I got into e-commerce, was part of the 2017, 2018 bull run, but I made a ton of money, but I lost it all in the 2017, 2018 bull run. So I got back into e-commerce, did quite well in e-commerce, and then dumped all my money into crypto, famously, as most people know, into the 2021 bull run. That's kind of where I made my name, made multiple 8 figures there, and then cashed out. So was able to enjoy that. Now
you
was able
out
to
in 2021 or 2022?
2021.
Okay.
And you were in Puerto Rico, right?
Now I'm in Puerto Rico, yeah, trying to save on those 0% capital gains taxes.
I feel like everyone's there. Logan Paul, you, some other guys in crypto as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of big crypto guys out there. It's quite the scene, but at the end of the day, you know, I like Puerto Rico simply because it allows me to also relax and disconnect from a lot of the craziness. Miami's fire. Every time I come to Miami, I'm like, bro, I gotta spend some months over here. But it's good, bro. At the end of the day, Bitcoin is here to stay. Cryptocurrency is here to stay. It's no longer digital money as people see it some sort of like tokenized toy. It's really the future of finance, and the ecosystem that's built around it is it's evolving. And the reason it's evolving is because the people that control the narrative are evolving. You know, the old people are out. The people that brought in the entire fiat system are slowly dying out, and people are realizing the scam of fiat. They're realizing the scam of fractionalized reserve banking, and they're realizing that the government printing money out of thin air is no longer serving us.
Are brand new. And speaking about Ask Smart Advantages, we're actually giving away an Ask Smart Advantage right now.
Yes, we are actually. So, funny story. I met these guys a couple months ago. I seen their business model. I seen how they operate. Very honest guys with integrity. And I was like, yo, bro, how do we get back to people that support us? You know, FreshandFit, Mercy Luxury. And we decided to do a giveaway of one of our cars. So, there's a clip actually we could play, if you don't mind, Bills, on the page whenever you're ready. Okay, it's the reel. Yeah, the reel, yeah. Guys, it's your boy Fresh from FreshandFit Podcast. Today we're giving away an Aston Martin van. That is right. You get a free car, trip to Miami, and take in your car. Who can beat that? It's pretty simple. $2 per enter. That's it. Click the link in the bio. See you guys in there.
And the big thing that people are realizing is the fact that their purchasing power is going down.
Yeah.
People work extremely hard, but they can't seem to get out of the rat race. They can't seem to be able to make more money. And as soon as they make more money, here comes the U.S. government and prints $6 trillion out of thin air, gives hundreds of billions to foreign governments, and we're here just left supposed to work a 9-to-5 and have our 401k retirement that doesn't end up really working. So a lot of people are running away from these things, and they're trying to find safe havens in other places, and one of them is Bitcoin.
Yeah. Yeah. You said, okay, so you had a regular job in 2016 and you bought some Bitcoin, you took a chance, you bought like 3 Bitcoins, so $1,500 worth. That's crazy. That's the equivalent of like 150K now, right?
Dude.
No, like almost 200K actually, because it's like 60K right now. If I'm not mistaken,
63
right?
or 62.
Yeah, so about $1.80.
Yeah.
And then, what was your job back then in 2016?
So I started in 15. I was waiting tables. 2016, had a little marketing job, nothing serious. But in 2016, I was introduced to Bitcoin, which was my introduction to just the digital world.
Gotcha.
So from there, I got introduced to e-commerce. I got introduced to making money online. I got introduced.
Can you explain to the people what e-commerce is? Because some people like have heard it, but they don't necessarily know what it entails exactly.
Yeah, so e-commerce is if you buy from Amazon, you're participating in what is electronic commerce. So electronic commerce is anything that has to do with buying and selling things online, products, services, goods. It doesn't just have to be physical, it can be digital. And it's where most people transact nowadays. As much as people don't like to believe it, when you go on Amazon, you're not buying from Amazon, the business. You're actually buying from individuals that list their products on Amazon. You have Shopify, which took off as a multi-billion-dollar company now, where people are now listing their products and selling them. You have drop shipping, which is basically your concept of arbitraging a product where you don't hold it and you sell it, and then you fulfill that order with the customer's money. So that became really popular for many years due to the fact that it's low cost. And now that Facebook and Instagram and TikTok rolled around, they give you access to advertising. So you can advertise products, so people are scrolling and they're able to see an ad. If they like the product, they resonate with it, they buy it. You have multi-billion-dollar companies popping out of thin air. You have the likes of Gymshark, for example, that we all know.
Yep.
I think they did over $500 million in revenue this last year.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Literally just building it from an online business. I think they opened up their first store in London recently, but it's a complete phenomenon.
When they first started in like the early 2010s.
Exactly. So you're able to scale and build real businesses online, and that's why I call it the digital gold rush. You literally have the possibility and the ability to partake not just on the internet as a consumer, but as a producer, and being able to take advantage of where most people spend their time, which is on their phones.
Yeah.
Most people aren't spending their time walking in malls, right? Shopping. Most people are on the internet. So you need to go to where the attention is. I always say where attention goes, money flows.
Yeah.
So where the attention is, which is online, you can make money.
Yeah.
So you just have to figure out what is of interest to people, find that niche, find that winning group of people that you would consider selling to, and just sell them something that is beneficial to them.
Speaking of money, what is the best business you would say for this year to make money in? Best business model?
It depends. It depends on what you're interested in doing. You can be a content creator. I think that's a great possibility. I think social media is something that is changing. Mm-hmm. You know, I think a couple years ago, a lot of people were bitches to the algorithm. You know, they had to post X amount of times to get engagement, or they had their Facebook group or their Facebook page. But now we
hashtags too.
Now we have the whole scenario that's taking place with the short form content, and short form content just allows you to go viral in a way that isn't, common. So people are just able to create content and then eventually monetize that through building a community. You can do that. You can, once again, build an Amazon store. You can build a Shopify store, sell quality products. It really depends. And you can even do services. So there's a lot of people, you see fitness coaches, you see people that are consultants, and they monetize through selling a service online. So taking anything that's happening physically and selling it digitally, instead of having a retail store that sells clothing in the corner of a city, you basically just build an online store and you market. Why? Because there's more foot traffic, and the traffic is 24/7.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's the difference, is you're not limited by COVID, right? So if you get shut down, a lot of businesses went bust.
Yep.
Why? Because there was no foot traffic. There was too many regulations, too many rules. So now people are able to build businesses online. So I really think there's a plethora of places where you can make money. But there's three niches. There's physical products, there's digital products, and then you have services. So digital products, so you can have info products. Right now we saw big plagiarism take place with the president of Harvard and a lot of highly reputable institutions. They were running a lot of their PhD dissertations through AI, and they found a lot of plagiarism from a lot of these individuals. So a lot of these big institutions where we thought, hey, you can go and learn from these centralized institutions and get your degree and then get a job, people are realizing that it's not really all that. So there's a lot of info products taking place online, which I fully support. You have physical products, the selling of goods, and then you have services, people selling marketing services. You have people advertising on a Google ad, their plumbing service, their electrical services, whatever it may be. But the internet is here to stay, and the ability to be open 24/7 is what absolutely revolutionized everything.
So, so you said you started your first. So you were waiting tables, then you did marketing, and then you started your first e-com store. Where were you selling at that e-com store?
I was selling household goods. So that's what I would sell, is because it's something that people would need 24/7. So I was like, what is an evergreen product that everybody needs? So instead of finding
like spatulas and stuff like that,
soaps, anything that you would buy and have in your house. So soaps, laundry detergents, sponges, the shit that people would actually need 24/7, I would just find alternative ways to sell it. So instead of people going to Walmart, they would just buy from me. So I would just build little small online shops and sell different products in the household niche because it's evergreen. So
were you selling it on Amazon? Were you
Shopify?
You were selling them on Shopify.
So you would just figure out how to arbitrage those and how to add a good narrative, a good spin to it, and it worked. I did about $16 million in revenue selling household goods because it's something that people need all the time. I didn't have to find a way to
sell.
Over
how long of a time span?
3 years.
You did 3 years?
Yeah,
wow. So
3
you were
years.
making like $7 million a year? Like not even.
No,
like
my
6?
first 2 years, I didn't do really good in my first years. It really took off during COVID. During COVID, it absolutely exploded because people couldn't go to the store.
Yeah.
What products?
So yeah, household goods. So you would have your soaps, you would have your laundry detergents, and you would have kind of like your sanitation products.
Oh, that probably went crazy.
It went super crazy.
During COVID,
And what took place was people began to absolutely price gouge on Amazon, for example, would be like your hand sanitizers and things
masks,
of this product.
that type of crap.
Yeah. So what happened is Facebook banned advertising these products. So what did I do? I said, well, let me switch the narrative and start taking these products and advertising it as pet products. So now I said, these are sanitation products for your pets, which kind of circumvented the policy, and I just scaled it that way.
Okay. So you made in the first 2 years, how much would you say you made?
About probably 3 mil in sales.
You made 3 mil, and then the other 13 mil
it
came.
Just took off in a year. Took off in 1 year.
Okay. And so you made all that money, and then you took it and you just put it into Bitcoin. Or not Bitcoin, but crypto.
Yeah, put it into crypto. I had a famous play. It was a token called Pancake Swap. I have it tattooed on the back of my neck.
Okay.
Which was in 2019, a new meta or new narrative came into crypto, which was called DeFi, decentralized finance, where you basically don't have to go through a centralized exchange or you don't have to KYC. It's platforms that are built on layer 1s or layer 2s, the likes of Ethereum. You would build products on top of that. And there was something called Uniswap, which people use it nowadays to trade. It came out in 2019. I said, this is really interesting. In 2020, CZ from Binance launched a chain called the BNB chain, the Binance Smart Chain, and he had a token, the BNB token. And the first platform that was a DeFi platform on the BNB chain, on the Binance Smart Chain, was on the BSC chain, was PancakeSwap. I bought 1% of the supply when it was $25 million market cap. Put $250,000 in. It went to 2.6 billion. So it was almost 100x.
So you put $250K in.
Yeah.
And holy shit.
It was 1% of the supply.
Okay. And then how much did you make off that 250K?
5.5 mil.
You made 5.5 mil.
5.5 mil. Because I was like slowly scaling out. I didn't sell at the top. I'm not a legend like that, but I wish I would have held it a little bit longer. But I sold it. I had one of the founders of FaZe Clan hit me up and he's like, "Hey, what do you think about SafeMoon?" I don't know if you guys remember the SafeMoon. There's a SafeMoon project. It went bust. So it went bust, and I was like, okay, all these guys that don't know anything about crypto, I gotta sell, right? Because they were there. So it was a little bit early, but the entire shitcoin ecosystem was birthed from there. So I was a little bit early on the trend and did extremely well.
Nice. So you put a quarter million, able to cash out 5.5 million.
Yeah.
And then wow. And then so you only put, so you had made 13 mil. And you only
in revenue.
Okay, that didn't account for, because you obviously have to buy product.
You have your
manager
byproducts.
store.
Yeah.
And did you have like a fulfillment shop and everything else like that?
Well, it was drop shipping. It was drop shipping. So what I did is I would arbitrage it.
Yeah.
So I would pay for the ads up front.
Yeah.
People would buy the products, and I would have my difference. And off of the difference, I would buy the supply and then ship it. And it was pretty good, because then I would just order in bulk once the product is tested, ship it to the U.S., hold it there. For example, like in February, the Chinese New Year rolls around, so all the manufacturers are closed, so you have to order inventory ahead of time. And then once you're scaling, drop shipping no longer works because the factory has to keep up.
Yeah.
That doesn't really work. So if you're scaling, I think our best month was almost $2 million. You need a lot of inventory ahead of time. You can't really drop ship that way.
Of course.
It worked extremely well, and how
much would you say you so you grossed 13 million over 3 years, which is fantastic. And then what would you say you like what were you
probably 40%.
You profited
probably 40%.
Okay, so like maybe
3.5 4, something along that line. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
The bulk of the money came in crypto and investing and
gotcha.
and
so you took that money and you invested it in
all of it
crypto.
because it was the plan, dude. Because I was part of the 2017-2018 bull run. I had a couple tens of thousands of dollars. I did 160x in the 2017-2018 bull run.
So you believed in it?
I believe. Well, I was in it.
Yeah,
I was in it.
For real.
I was in it. And the thing that people don't seem to understand about crypto is that it's here to stay. It's literally here to stay, because if you right now,
Bill, I just sent you a tweet on Telegram, by the way. Pull it up real quick.
You can literally right now go on your phone, download any of these DeFi wallets, Backpack, Phantom, and within a couple minutes, anybody can be transacting in the financial system. You don't have to KYC. You don't have to submit your ID. You don't have to wait for somebody to give you approval.
Yeah, Swift codes and all the
none of this bullshit, dude.
Yeah.
Within 10 minutes, within 2 minutes, you have an USDT address. I can send you $100,000 without a middleman.
Yeah,
that's absolutely phenomenal. It's unprecedented ever in history, and people are turning to that because they realize that the middleman is simply trying to control the narrative, not trying
100%.
to protect you.
Yep. Go ahead.
So here's the debate going on here, guys, like secretly, where tap water versus bottled water. And Myron is of the opinion, tap water. Luke is of the opinion, bottled water. Or some level.
I don't really care. I just drink water.
Tell us, Luke, on your stance on water.
Yeah, I mean, tap water is another source of control. You have heavy metal toxicity that is found in the water. You have arsenic, you have fluoridation in the water. All things designed to make people more docile. Mm-hmm. And when you begin to study history, you begin to realize that they control water, they control the food supply, and they use it as mechanisms to poison people. Anything that comes from the government and everything that is free should be questioned. And that's kind of the entire parameter that I kind of run it through. So you begin to look at pipes and the pipes that run through, that the water supply runs through, and they are pretty nasty. So if you have the ability to have clean water, or at least have a reverse osmosis filtration system, do it. Because I don't trust the government. I don't trust what they put in the water, and I try to protect myself from heavy metals, from arsenic, from mercury that they find in the waters. Just takes a couple searches, and you can find the quality of the water supply in your area. In fact, I did it for Puerto Rico since I lived there, and they found that the water supply is worse than Michigan, Flint, Michigan.
Oh shit!
Damn.
Yeah.
And for those that don't know, Flint, Michigan had a crisis a couple of years ago. They made a whole Netflix documentary on the water crisis over there.
What's the best water to drink, Luke, from your research?
Yeah, and how would someone go about finding out if the water in the area is terrible?
Yeah, you can probably run some sort of test. There's like some tap water companies that you just send some tests in. It's like $50, $100, or there's websites that tell you the quality of the water supply online. I wouldn't know the website off the top of my head, but if you have the ability to drink glass bottled spring water, that's fluoride free, that is the best alternative. If you're unable to do that, get a reverse osmosis water filtration system that allows you to cleanse the water as much as possible from all these heavy metals and all these toxins that are clearly in there.
I think it was either you or Nate showing me a chart of all the waters and pH levels. Dasani was really bad.
Yeah, Dasani is just basically bottled tap water that's run by Coca-Cola and all these big manufacturing companies and Nestle and things of this nature. So I try to stay away from water because, we're comprised mostly of water. So if you can take care of your water, you take care of your health.
Yeah, but no, and I noticed this too when I was abroad. Like the food here, the water here, everything. There's signs, right? Why do we have so many fat people? Why do we have the highest levels of heart disease? Why are all the people in the United States just unhealthy in general compared to other places that have far less resources and far less food than we do? Why are we the fattest country? And I mean, yeah, absolutely. The food, the water, it's all fucked up. 100%.
I spent some time in Asia. Specifically, I was in Bali and a couple of these islands where they actually care about organic food and growing food in their own land. And people are like quite healthy, dude. People are highly mobile when you see them at the gym. And then I land here today, I'm like, dude, people are fucking diseased.
Yeah.
People are overweight. People look depressed.
And Miami's one of the fittest cities in America. You go to other places, go to Texas, go to
bro, we were in London. It was depressing, bro.
Yeah.
No offense to London, but hey, man,
London trash.
the blokes were very depressing.
But yeah, like you go to other places in the United States, like Miami is considered one of the fittest cities. We don't have as many fat people as other parts, but go to Orlando. Just take a few hours up north.
Fort Myers.
Yeah, Fort Myers. Bro, you see the obesity. Go to Texas. Go to anywhere here in the South Alabama, Tennessee.
And it's not normal, dude.
Yeah.
It's not normal. It's not normal what they're doing to the food. But once again, it's just the weaponization of what we like to call public commodities. So people think, oh, just water's free. Yeah, but at what cost? So sometimes you just have to shill out the extra dollar to take care of your health. And I'm a big advocate for it because it just happens to be something that is true. You know, it helps with brain clarity. It reduces mental fog. And a big thing right now, you probably remember the video from Alex Jones where he talked about
the frogs are gay.
The frogs are becoming gay, which is basically the feminization of the frogs, and that's what I believe is a cause for the feminization of men.
Yeah.
So you have what is estrogen. We can talk about the birth control pill.
Yeah.
Orally, when you take it, 90+% of that gets urinated because pills don't actually get digested extremely well. So that's just high levels of estrogen getting urinated by 100 million plus women. The treatment plants aren't treating for estrogen. They just simply are not. So that just gets recycled and that gets put back into the tap water because water is considered a recycled commodity. So as it's a recycled commodity, so it gets filtered and filtered and filtered and filtered over again. So a big reason for the feminization of men, you can look into it yourself. It has to do with the estrogen that is found in the tap water.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
It sounds like a conspiracy, but hey, at the end of the day, what I've come to realize is that, you know, if you do your research and you actually begin to investigate the source origin of a lot of these problems, it has to do with the public things that the government feeds you.
Well, yeah, everything's been a lie. They lied about JFK. They lied about 9/11. I mean, this coming from a guy who's a former government employee. You know what I mean? Even me, I've been like, what the hell? I've like, you know, I do think that tap water isn't optimal, right? Have I drank it in the past or whatever? Yeah. You know, I would say like, you know, I live a pretty healthy lifestyle. So like the tap water, I don't think is going to kill me because I do everything else, you know, fairly good. But definitely I agree with you that like if you can get away from tap water, you probably should because yeah, the pipes are fucked up. And here's the other thing too, so that you know that tap water is fucked up. I'll never forget when I was living in Georgia for a while, in Glencoe, Georgia, when I was going to the academy there, and the water tasted really fucking bad. And then other places, you know, you'll go and drink tap water. There were some parts in Texas where I lived and like the water tasted bad. I was like, something's wrong here. Like it tastes different depending on where you are geographically. Something's off here. So, you know, obviously if you can drink bottled water, always go with bottled water, right? Which I always try to do. But and then Dasani had heard that stuff about Dasani. But yeah, I mean, it's made by Coke. They don't give a fuck. They just want to make money. So what's new? But yeah, sorry, you were gonna say something?
Some chats here real quick.
Oh yeah. Modern life dating.
Yeah.
Shit, I gotta get my glasses. Fresh, go ahead.
MLD says, you guys forgot to mention all the feminizing hormones in the tap water in USA from women on birth control. BTC, 100K by end of year. Yep, Luke said it. We have here as well. Let's see. Let's go down to the bottom. Okay. Glitchville. Luke, please tell FNF that real estate is a tool of the Matrix to control you, and you won't get rich off of it. At the best, it's a store of value and not a cash cow.
I mean, I don't have a lot of real estate, so I can't really give my opinion about it. I definitely think real estate has its pros, but it also has its cons. You know, you can make money in multiple different ways. You know, if you have the ability to have some real estate, why not? It's just the diversification of your assets. At the end of the day, if you get in too much trouble with the government, they can come and seize your shit. So that's the only thing that is holding me back from having a big real estate portfolio, is because you have the right of use. You don't technically own it. They can take it, but you can make money off of real estate. That's for sure. Something that most wealthy people have put their money in. So
yeah, it's the number one creator of millionaires. And then the other thing too, bro, that you got to understand is that it's probably one of the best hedges against inflation.
Yeah.
You know, as inflation gets worse and worse, your real estate actually gets better because it's going up in value. And remember, you paid way less for it back when you got it. So it's actually one of the best hedges against inflation, man. So
and taxes too.
And taxes as well. And it's a great, and then you can always borrow against it because remember, when you get a loan, it's not a taxable event. So yeah. What else do we got here? But again, we tell you how to be diversified, guys. Have everything. WFNF still the biggest podcast in Miami, not even close. Can we kick out this hippie anorexic course seller and cover Jacob Rothschild's or academic? Bro,
this guy just wasted $20.
Yeah, why, bro? Why?
I will say though, the academic saga with Meek Mill and Diddy is going crazy, bro. Yo, that shit's go. Sorry, my bad. I just find it very exciting. But hey.
You want to give the people a summary since you brought it up anyway?
Well,
of what's going on?
There's a new court document going around where Meek Mill and Usher were unofficially named in this document being with Diddy sexually. Allegedly, of course. We're not saying that it happened. We're just saying it's out there. A rapper from Philly who dated Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
Who is that,
and
bro?
Here's the other thing, too, that's interesting. It's like now, you know, since Cassie made that money, everyone wants to come at Diddy, I guess, and come up with these allegations.
That's
so
wild, though, bro.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, man.
Damn, man.
Crazy.
And he came at Andrew Tate, Meek Mill.
Oh, yeah, he did it. He did. Yeah. He said, he obviously gave the nigga response. Yo, ain't you get hit with traffic or something like that? Like, bro, shut up.
Hey, man, did he traffic you?
Yeah, I was going to say it, man.
Oh, my God, bro. Hey, man, don't hurt me, Meek.
Yeah, Jacob Calloway goes, of all your current strongest held convictions, which one would you be least surprised to see you change your mind to the opposite? What?
In 5 years.
In 5 years. Also, shout out to Nate. Wish he was on the panel, too. I think that's a question for you, Luke.
Yeah, I mean, just figure out what works for you. At the end of the day, it's just figuring out what is causing you to be unhealthy. If you're overweight, figure out if it's the seed oils that you're consuming. If you have brain fog, figure out if it's the tap water, if it's your lack of sleep, and just figure out how to live a healthy lifestyle. At the end of the day, it's not just one thing. It's a culmination of every action that you put together. So you need to be able to be conscientious about what you eat, how you move, what you drink, and it's a culmination of everything, you know. So you need to live a full healthy lifestyle across the board, and that's what matters. At the end of the day, nobody can really oppose the fact that we live in a society that is not really running at optimal levels. And if you want to run at optimal levels and beat your competition and be at the top 1% of operating humans, you're going to have to do things that the bots aren't willing to do. The bots like their seed oils, the bots like their tap water, and they always say, fuck the gym. And that's just basically the outcome of their life. So just do the opposite of what the average individual is doing, and you'll probably live a better life.
Yeah. And the average person, guys, is fat as hell, doesn't have any money, doesn't have even $1,000 in savings, can't cover a $500 expense without going into debt.
No ambition.
It's easier than ever to be better than average. So.
And if you are in that situation, you can change. And there are places where people are pushing you towards becoming a better version of yourself. So if you're fat, you can change that. As long as you recognize your current condition. Don't lie to yourself. Don't wear that oversized hoodie. Right? Yeah. Look at yourself in the mirror and be like, I can actually change. That guy that's shredded with enough work, with enough dedication, I can be like that. If you feel lethargic because you continue eating McDonald's and you continue eating these seed oils, you can realize, hey, I can change my diet. I can eat a whole food diet. If you actually feel depressed, maybe go to the gym and maybe get your hormones in check. And maybe that'll allow you to stop going to the, what do you call this? Where is it that people go to? What are the people? The psychologists. I don't know.
Psychiatrist.
I've never, psychiatrist, psychologist,
therapist, yeah.
But it's like, why are you going to go to somebody else for your problems? Maybe you should figure out what is taking place with yourself first and start from that point.
As we wrap up this insightful conversation with Myron Fresh and special guest Luke Belmar, don't forget to show your support. Hit the like button, subscribe to Myron Fresh and special guest Luke Belmar. This eye-opening discussion on Luke's current status, the banking system, and cryptocurrency is brought to you by Moneyclips. Stay connected by tuning to the YouTube short pod on the Fresh and Fit Podcast Money Monday Show. For the full-length experience, catch the podcast on Rumble and YouTube. Thank you for joining us on this financial journey. Fresh and Fit Money Clips. Push it to the limit.